Today, Arsenal have managed to level the number of points they really gathered the entire season of 2021-2022. In the entire season of 2021-2022, Arsenal gathered 69 points, and today they've really got themselves to that same number of points with 10 games to go, and those 10 games are equivalent to 30 points. If at all they can get 30 of them, they can see themselves hit 99 points. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. We are here into this game of football. See to it that we bring you how it happened at Emirates as Arsenal put 4 past a side known as Crystal Palace. A side that really looked a little bit of bogey, and for the previous 4 seasons, Arsenal had not won against Crystal Palace at Emirates. 1 loss to Arsenal and 3 draws. That's it. So, this time round, Arsenal have gone ahead to rewrite that history into the favor of themselves, and they've gone ahead to put 4 past Crystal Palace. And today, Arsenal have won their 22nd game of the season, and they've gone ahead to hit 40 goals scored this season. No, they've scored 66 goals. They've hit 66 goals. They've conceded 26, and they're having a goal difference of 40. That's Arsenal for you, and that's how they're really going up and running, showing you that this season Arsenal is really performing far much better than how they performed last season. Rokani David is my name, and smash the like button, comment, and share. Let me show you how it happened down at the Emirates as Arsenal took a side known as Crystal Palace. In the 11th minute, it was Zaha who went off the post, and a chance for Palace as Schulop releases Zaha inside White, and White was really beaten. After being beaten, Zaha cut inside onto his right boot and fired low. It hit the lower post, and after hitting the lower post, it came back and hit the back of Ramsdale, and it recalled into the corner, and it was a corner to a side known as Crystal Palace. That is how it rattled off the bottom post, and it came back to the back of Aaron Ramsdale. And obviously Aaron Ramsdale was a little bit of lucky, because most of the times that ball hits you on the back, it goes back into the back of the net. You remember that goal that Jorginho scores, that was given to Emi Martinez. It was the same goal. He hit that ball, it hit the post, hit the back of the back of Emiliano Martinez, and it went to the back of the net. So Arsenal was a little bit of lucky, because Palace were really all over them. Even then, in the 16th minute, this is a man known as Eduardo found himself onto a 1v1 against Ramsdale, and he really put in that effort, and Ramsdale really saved that effort, but VAR checked it and it was an offside, but it was a very good close down by Aaron Ramsdale. Even when Eduardo had beaten the offside trap, the goal wouldn't have stood, because Ramsdale put in a very, very good effort. Then in the 18th minute, Odegaard forced Joe Whitworth to really do the needful and really save that shot that directed to him in the 18th minute. That is Odegaard for you. Then in the 28th minute, Martinelli found himself on target. In the previous games ever since against City, I think he has seen himself score in all of those games apart from the game of Bournemouth, but he scored a brace against Everton. He has scored today. He scored against Aston Villa. He scored against Leicester City. And so the boy is literally on fire. He also scored against Fulham. So in the last 6 games that Arsenal has played, Martinelli has 6 goals into the Premier League. That is the shot he fired in after Bukayo Saka just went in for that cross that found Martinelli, and Martinelli just took an extra pass or touch onto the left and shot with his left foot into the back of the net, and that's how the ball beautifully went into the back of the net. But for this goal, the attribute is really given to a man I call Ben White. He's the one who really makes the interception and then puts in Saka, and Saka goes in for that ball, and obviously Gabriel Martinelli hits it into the back of the net, and that is how Martinelli hit it, and it swiftly went back of the net as you see it past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0 for Arsenal in the 28th minute, and Gabriel Martinelli went ahead to really celebrate. And I think it's really good for him to come in through and really get a goal at this juncture. Why? He really suffered a lot after missing out a penalty on Thursday. This is the response you would love to get from your player like Gabriel Martinelli. Then Then 15 minutes later, guess who does it again? It's Bukayo Saka. Again, Ben White combines with Saka very well, and obviously Saka just goes ice cold into the bottom corner and makes it 2-0 for Arsenal. Who was responsible for the assist? It's Ben White. That is Saka bending it low into the bottom corner to give Arsenal a comfortable lead at the end of the half-time. And that's how it really went inside, and Saka went ahead to celebrate, meaning that that goal marked him having 20 goal involvements, 10 assists and 10 goals. Remember, the first goal today was created by Bukayo Saka, and Saka went ahead to score another one. Then at halftime, this was the short map of Crystal Palace. Look, they had 1-2 in the box of Arsenal, and obviously Arsenal came in through, and this was the short map of Arsenal as you see it there. Arsenal had 2 goals, as you see, yellow representing goals, and they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see, that is the short map. So that was Arsenal for you. And these were what we these were the we call them the stats of the first half, because I want to be exact and show exactly how everything happened before we go into the second half. Now, for the second half, Arsenal had 9 shots. Crystal Palace had 2, 0 big chances. Then 3 fouls for Arsenal, 2 offside, 3 corners, and 1 corner for a side known as Crystal Palace. And that's how everything really panned out to be for a side known as Arsenal. And then we came back into the second half to make things better for Arsenal. And Arsenal came in a high gear, because just 10 minutes into the second half, it's Xhaka that found himself on target. But credit goes to the Leandro Trossard pass. It was really, really, really masterclass. He released him very well, and he should about that. And he was left with no option apart from really hitting that ball in there for you. A little bit lucky, but Xhaka found himself with that shot into the back of the net. Now, 8 minutes later, Arsenal conceded. Through Shulup, and obviously it was a corner kick brought in, and players were overpowered, and then Arsenal conceded. As you see, Aaron Ramsdale was left helpless by the shot that came in from Shulup, a player that plays for a side known as Crystal Palace. Then Bukayo Saka in the 73rd minute. This Tierney coming in for a cutback, and obviously he capitalized onto that, and then he hit in the back of the net to make it 4 Arsenal, 1 Crystal Palace. And obviously that's how everything really panned out for Bukayo Saka, and he got himself a brace on the day. And you see celebrating Tierney, the man responsible for that. I was happy for Tierney because he has not been playing for a number of games, but then the manager brought him today, and obviously he did the needful. And this is what I like about players like him. Every time you're complaining for game time and the manager doesn't really front you, the moment he brings on the field of play, act like a player who has that anger in you, fire burning in you, to come up and really get the game of football done and dusted. Then in the 85th minute, Jakub Kiwior got his Premier League debut, and obviously you see him hugging Gabriel Magalhaes. He came onto the on the left side of the central defense as Arsenal played in like that. So that's how it happened down at the Emirates. Arsenal putting 4 goals past a side known as Crystal Palace, and I think they are regretting why they sacked Patrick Vieira. In my own opinion, I think Patrick Vieira would have gave Arsenal a very hard time if at all he was the manager, because he commands these players better. But they've gone ahead to break their jinx of not having a shot on target for very many games, and they haven't really won a game ever since we came, I think, from the World Cup. Not so. So guys, thank you very much for watching through your reactions to how it happened as Arsenal put 4 goals past Crystal Palace at the Emirates. Are welcome in the comment section below. My name is Rokani David. Rokani Media Football is a YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe because we want to hit 13,000 subscribers, and Don't forget also to smash the like button to 100 times as you celebrate this marvelous win of Arsenal. I sign out for now. See you later. May the Almighty Lord bless you and bless you abundantly. Ciao, ciao.